Just as there are distinct personality types among people, there are also distinct teaching styles amongst educators. What the styles are, how to find the best fit for you, and how to find an employer that matches your style to ensure your future success are pertinent questions for any potential educator. For as long as there's been teaching, there have been different ways to do it. Researchers have been categorizing teaching styles for decades. Anthony Gracia, a professor at Indiana State University, has recently redefined the categories of teaching into 5 separate styles. One of the teaching styles he has defined is that of the expert. In this teaching style, the educator displays a plethora of knowledge in their field of study. Students in this classroom environment are challenged with the task of obtaining the knowledge that this teacher transmits to them and learning as much as they can from him. The expert teaching style is likely to fall back on traditional styles of teaching, such as lecture. This can often be overwhelming to students who are less versed in this field of study, which can take away from their learning capabilities and interest. Another style defined by Gracia is the formal authority. Most teachers that students encounter use this style. These teachers designate what they believe is important in each section, expect students to learn exactly what they decided on, and require them to use the teacher's methods to learn it. A benefit of this style is that students always have a clear understanding of what the teacher wants and expects. However, this takes away from the flexibility of the classroom, because some students may learn differently or at a different pace.
In 1930, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the, anyone? The Great Depression, passed the, anyone? The tariff bill, the Hawley-Smoot Tariff Act, which, anyone raised or lowered? Raised tariffs in an effort to collect more revenue for the federal government. Did it work? Anyone? Anyone know the effects? It did not work, and the United States sank deeper into the Great Depression. Today, we have a similar debate over this. Anyone know what this is, class? Anyone? Anyone seen this before? The Laffer curve. Anyone know what this says? It says that at this point on the revenue curve, you will get exactly the same amount of revenue as at this point. This is very controversial. Does anyone know what Vice President Bush called this in 1980? Anyone? Something DOO economics. Voodoo economics.
In the personal model teaching style, the educators take on a more active role in the learning process. They show the students how to accomplish a task, then the students can emulate the educator's actions. While the formal example relies on methods that were taught to them, the personal model allows students to have the benefit of seeing the methods in action. However, students may not be capable or comfortable in this method, which could lead to feelings of inadequacy. Another teaching style is that of the facilitator. These teachers will lead you to the right answer using directional questioning and suggestion. This will aid the student in developing their own thinking process, which is much more likely to benefit them in the long run. Facilitators often use hands-on experiences and one-on-one interaction to teach material. However, the use of this method is very time-consuming and hard to accomplish in a large classroom. The last style defined by Gracia is the delegator. In this style, the teacher assigns a task to the class and allows the students to work independently or in groups with a significant amount of freedom. The teacher sees himself more as a resource rather than the only source. While this method may be very effective for some students, other students may feel overwhelmed and anxious at the lack of guidance. Once you have a selection of styles to choose from, you have to make a determination as to what style works for you. Your teacher preparation program not only helps you choose an appropriate style, but hone the skills needed for it. In most teacher education programs, what one learns in regards to a particular teaching style comes mainly from the practice of reflection. D.A. Shawn stated in his book, Teaching and Teacher Education, that, by its nature, The reflective practice cycle causes teachers to step back and critically reflect not only on how they teach, but also on why they teach in a particular way. In an article regarding teaching portfolios from the magazine Phi Delta Kappan, B. Hurst, C. Wilson, and G. Kramer said, "The primary benefit of reflective practice for teachers is a deeper understanding of their own teaching style and ultimately greater effectiveness as a teacher."